Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wa sallallahu ala Sayyidina Muhammadin wa alihi tahirin. Today's lesson is entitled The Creator. So, in the last lesson, I mentioned some methods or approaches to realize that Allah exists, to develop more higher levels of iman and ma'rifah of Allah the Exalted. Some other approaches that may be useful and can be utilized in the realization of the necessity of His exalted existence and His exalted presence, meaning the necessary exalted existence and presence of Allah the Exalted. One approach that can be utilized is the approach of reasoning. That is reasoning about there being a necessity of a first creator of all creation. So we have in the Holy Quran, in Surah Tur, we have in Surah 52, Ayat 35, Am khuliku min ghayri shay'in am humul khaliqun. Or were they created without there being anything? Were they created from other than a thing? Or are they the creators? Humul khaliqun. Were you created, O people, out of nothing? Were you created without there being anything? Were you people created without there being anything? Just out of chance? Popped up out of nowhere with no cause? Or are they the creators? Did you create yourselves? So there can be an interesting line of reasoning, which is atihi. What's necessary bidhatihi means that in the being itself, existence is necessary and it can never ever not be existent. So when we look at contingent beings, we see that existence is not necessary bidhatihi in any contingent being. Contingent being means we call this imkan al-wujud, the possible beings. Why? Because it's not necessary that they are here. It is only existentiated when Allah wills it. Contingency in itself means it's on the verge between existence and non-existence. It can be and it doesn't have to be, or it can be or cannot be. So it needs something to make it exist. Once that thing is made to exist, it exists. But by itself, it doesn't have to be here. It's not like existence itself that has to be existing for things to exist, or so it's not like existence itself. It's something that needs something to cause it to exist. So contingent beings, all the things in the physical world are all also contingent beings. All creation are contingent beings. Mumkin al-wujud. Hence, anything which occurs as coming into contingency or becoming contingent existent requires a cause, as that thing consequently cannot be the cause itself. Something that doesn't exist yet cannot cause itself to exist. As for this mentioned cause, it must have precedence over the effects. It must be prior to the effects. Nothing contingent can be prior to it. Also, this cause Also, this causing the contingent existence of this whole group of contingent causes cannot be the same as contingency qua contingency, because this would constitute an endless chain of contingencies called tasalsul, infinite regression. Such a thing would not reach a starting point. And since they are contingent beings, they require a starting point, or else that would negate the very fact of them being contingent, which is against the obvious facts and contemplated understandings of creation and contingency themselves. Since we already can understand that contingent existence are not inherently wajib bidhatihi, they're not necessary in themselves, bidhatihi, we have to conclude then, we have to concede, we have to accept that there has to be a cause which is not contingent. In fact, everything within this world and all contingency is needy and poor. They're needy and poor in their very selves because they are contingent beings. So in their very self, their very quiddities, they are needy, poor. They're not self-sufficient. Allah the Exalted is the only necessary being. He doesn't need anything. He doesn't need a cause because he always exists. He doesn't need existence because he is absolutely existing. He's wajib al-wujud. But us, creation, we're contingent. We're needy in our very selves. And hence, creation, they need and require the necessary being for their existence. Let's look at these noble ayats in the Holy Quran, Surah 35, ayat 15. Ya ayuhan nasu antumul fuqara'u illa Allahi wa Allahu huwa al-ghaniyu al-hamid. Wa Allahu huwa al-ghaniyu al-hamid. Ya ayuhan nas, O mankind, antumul fuqara'u, antumul fuqara'u illa Allah. O mankind, you are they who stand in need. You are those you are poor to Allah. You're needy for Allah. Al-fuqara'u illa Allah. You're needy to Allah. You're poor to Allah. Wallahu huwal ghaniyul hamid. And Allah is He who is rich, the praised one. So Allah the Exalted is the rich. He's self-sufficient. He doesn't need anything. But we are needy. We're poor. Then we have in Surah Waqia, Surah 56, ayat 58 and 59. Afaraytum ma tumnuna antum takhluqunahu am nahnu al-khaliqun. Have you considered the seed? Is it you that create it, or are we the creators? Allah the Exalted is the only true creator. Now, of course, we should mention here that these plurals, the plurals could be used sometimes in Arabic language to show respect, honor, and these are topic to Arabic grammar. Like we have the royal we in Arabic grammar. Like if so, this is like a respect, an honor. kind of thing that could be used to show this. So if this will end this lesson here. Wa akhiru da'wana and alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.